befitted to bear our hearts in grief, and our whole kingdom to be contracted in one brow of woe, yet so far hath discretion fought with nature, that we with wisest sorrow think on him, together with remembrance of ourselves. Therefore, our sometime sister, now our queen, the imperial jointress to this warlike state, and we as 'twere with a defeated joy, with an auspicious and a dropping eye, with mirth in funeral, and with dirge in marriage, in equal scale, weighing delight and dole, taken to wife.
Thus was I, sleeping by a brother's hand, of life, of crown, of queen, at once dispatched, no reckoning made, but sent to my account with all my imperfections on my head. Oh horrible, most horrible! If thou hast nature in thee, bear it not. Let not the royal bed of Denmark be a couch for luxury and damned incest. But howsoever thou pursuest this act, change not thy mind, nor let thy soul contrive against thy mother aught.
I have a daughter, while she is mine, who in her duty and obedience, Mark hath given me this. Now, gather and surmise. For the celestial of my soul's idol, the most beautified Ophelia, that's an ill phrase, a vile phrase. Beautified is a vile phrase. But you shall hear thus. In her excellent white bosom, these, etc.
Came this from Hamlet?
Doubt thou the stars are fire, doubt that the sun doth move, doubt truth to be a liar, never doubt I love. Oh dear Ophelia, I'm ill at these numbers. I have not art to reckon my groans, but that I love thee best, oh most best, believe it, adieu, thine evermore. This, in obedience, hath my daughter shown me, and more above, hath his solicitings, as they fell out by time, by means, and place, all given to mine ear.
Well, how hath she received his love?
What do you think of me?
As of a man faithful and honourable.
I would fain prove so, but what might you think when I had seen this hot love on the wing? As I perceived it, I must tell you that before my daughter told me. What might you, or my dear Majesty, your queen here, think? If I had looked upon this love with idle sight, what might you think? No, I went round to work, and my young mistress thus I did bespeak. Lord Hamlet is a prince out of thy star. This must not be. And then I prescripts gave her that she should lock herself from his resort, which done, she took the fruits of my advice, and he repelled a short tale to make, fell into a sadness, then into a fast, thence to a lightness, and by this declension into the madness wherein now he raves, and all we mourn for.
Do you think 'tis this?
May be very likely.
Hath there been such a time, I would fain know that I have positively said, 'tis so, when it proved otherwise.
Not that I know.
Take this from this, if this be otherwise. How does my good Lord Hamlet?
Oh, well, God have mercy.
Do you know me, my lord?
Excellent, well, you are a fishmonger.
Not I, my lord.
Then I would you were so honest a man.
Honest, my lord?
Aye, sir, to be honest as this world goes is to be one man picked out of 10,000.
But that's very true, my lord.
For if the sun breed maggots in a dead dog, being a good kissing carrion... Have you a daughter?
I have, my lord.
Let her not walk in the sun. Conception is a blessing, but as your daughter may conceive, good friend, look to it.
Still harping on my daughter. He is far gone, far gone. What do you read, my lord?
Words. Words. Words.
What is the matter, my lord?
Between whom?
I mean, the matter that you read, my lord.
Oh, slander, sir, for the satirical rogue says here that old men have grey beards, that their faces are wrinkled, and that they have a plentiful lack of wit, together with most weak hands. All which, though I most powerfully and potently believe, yet I hold it not honesty to have it thus set down for yourself, sir, shall grow old as I am, if, like a crab, you could go backward.
Though this be madness, yet there is method in it. Will you walk out of the air, my lord?
Into my grave?
Indeed, that's out of the air. How pregnant sometimes his replies are, a happiness that often madness hits on. My lord, I will take my leave of you.
You cannot, sir, take from me anything that I will not more willingly part with all. Except my life. Except my life. Except my life.
Very well, my lord.
Oh, what a rogue and peasant slave am I. Is it not monstrous that this player here, but in a fiction, in a dream of passion, could force his soul so to his own conceit, that from her working all his visage won, tears in his eyes, distraction in his aspect, a broken voice, and his whole function suiting with forms to his conceit, and all for nothing, for Hecuba. What's Hecuba to him, or he to Hecuba, that he should weep for her? What would he do, had he the motive and the cue for passion that I have? He would drown the stage with tears, and cleave the general ear with horrid speech, make mad the guilty, and appall the free, confound the ignorant, and amaze indeed the very faculties of eyes and ears. Yet I, a dull and muddy nettled rascal, peak like John a Dreams, unpregnant of my cause, and can say nothing. No, not for a king, upon whose property and most dear life a damned defeat was made. Am I a coward? Who calls me villain, breaks my pater cross, plucks off my beard and blows it in my face, tweaks me by the nose and gives me the lie in the throat as deep as to the lung? Who does me this, huh? Swoons! I should take it, for it cannot be that I am pigeon-livered and lack gall to make oppression bitter, or ere this I should have fatted all the region kites with this slave's offal. Bloody, bawdy villain, remorseless, treacherous, lecherous, kindless villain, oh vengeance!
My lord, I have remembrances of yours that I have longed long to redeliver. I pray now receive them.
No, not I. I never gave you aught.
My honoured lord, you know right well you did. And with them words of so sweet breath composed as made the things more rich. Their perfume lost. Take these again, for to the noble mind rich gifts wax poor and givers prove unkind. There, my lord.
Are you honest?
My lord.
Are you fair?
What means your lordship?
That if you be honest and fair, your honesty should admit no discourse to your beauty.
Could beauty, my lord, have better commerce than with honesty?
Aye, truly, for the power of beauty will sooner transform honesty from what it is to a bawd than the force of honesty can translate beauty into his likeness. This was sometime a paradox, but now the time gives it proof. I did love you once.
Indeed, my lord, you made me believe so.
You should not have believed me, for virtue cannot so inoculate our old stock, but we shall relish of it. I loved you not.
I was the more deceived.
Get thee to a nunnery. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I am myself indifferent honest, but yet I could accuse me of such things that it were better my mother had not borne me. I am very proud, revengeful, ambitious, with more offences at my beck than I have thoughts to put them in, imagination to give them shape, or time to act them in. What should such fellows as I do, crawling between earth and heaven? We are arrant knaves all, believe none of us. Go thy ways to a nunnery. Where's your father?
At home, my lord.
thou as chaste as ice, as pure as snow, thou shalt not escape calumny. Get thee to a nunnery, farewell. Or if thou wilt needs marry, marry a fool. For wise men know well enough what monsters you make of them. To a nunnery, go quickly to farewell.
Heavenly powers restore him.
I have heard of your paintings well enough. God hath given you one face, and you make yourselves another. You jig, you amble, and you lisp. You nickname God's creatures, and make your wantonness, your ignorance, go to. I'll no more on't. It hath made me mad. I say we'll have no more marriage. Those that are married already, all but one shall live, the rest shall keep as they are. To a nunnery. Go!
Our wretched state. Our bosom black as death. O limeless soul, that struggling to be free art more engaged. Help, angels, make us say. Thou, stubborn, and heart with strings of steel, be soft as sinews of a newborn babe. All may be well.
Now might I do it, Pat. Now he is a-praying, and now I'll do it. And so he goes to heaven. And so am I revenged? That would be scam. A villain kills my father, and for that I, his sole son, to this same villain send to heaven. Why, this is hire and salary, not revenge. He took my father grossly, full of bread, with all his crimes broad blown, as flush as May. And how his audit stands, who knows, save heaven. And am I then revenged? To take him in the purging of his soul, when he is fit and seasoned for his passage? No, up sword, and know thou a more horrid hent. When he is drunk asleep, or in his rage, or in the incestuous pleasure of his bed, at game, a swearing, or about some act that hath no relish of salvation in't, then stricken, that his heels may kick at heaven, and that his soul that is damned and black as hell whereto it goes. My mother stays. This physic but prolongs thy sickly days. This was your husband. Look here now what what follows here is your husband like a mildewed ear, blasting his wholesome brother. Have you eyes? Could you on this fair mountain leave to feed and batten on this moor? Huh? Have you eyes? You cannot call it love, for at your age the heyday in the blood is tame. It's humble and waits upon the judgment, and what judgment would step from this to this? What devil was that thus hath cozened you and put men blind? Eyes without feeling, feeling without sight, ears without hands or eyes, smelling stands all, or but a sickly part of one true sense could not so mope. Oh shame, where is thy blush? Rebellious hell, if thou canst mutine in a matron's bones, to flaming youth, let virtue be as wax and melt in her own fire.
Thou didst me no more. Thou turnst my eyes into my very soul, and there I see such black and grained spots as will not leave their tincture.
Nay, but to live in the rank sweat of an unsealed bed, stewed in corruption, honeying and making love under the nasty sty.
Speak to me no more. These words like daggers enter in my ears. No more, sweetheart.
A murderer and a villain, a slave, that is not 20th part the tithe of your precedent lord, a vice of kings, a cutpurse of the empire and the rule, that from the shelf the precious diadem stole and put it in his pocket.
No more!
A king of shreds and patches.